Statseeker's Observability Appliance, or OA, is a platform which can be deployed anywhere in the network to enable remote polling from the deployed location. You can deploy OAs to areas of your network that cannot be monitored by Statseeker in the typical manner, configure the OA to act as a traffic collector, and then forward net flow and summarize LAN traffic data to the Statseeker server via HTTPS. OAs can also run a ping service, providing the ability to monitor ping availability and reachability of critical infrastructure from multiple locations throughout the network. And we can see this in action here in the ping RTT comparison dashboard, where I'm currently looking at data for a device, my Adelaide router, from both the Statseeker server and an OA deployed in a different location within my network. To deploy an OA, we head to the admin tool under Observability Appliances, OA Management. Configure and save your OA. You can download the image or add a later time from the Services menu. Note the system requirements for when you provision the appliance and select the image format appropriate for your environment. I'm going to drop the OA onto my ESXi server, so I need a VMDK. It may take a few minutes for the server to build the OA image, but the download will begin once that's done. The image has been downloaded to my local machine, and I've then uploaded it to a data store on my ESXi host. I'll now configure the virtual machine that will become my OA. I go back to my OA image and move it to my OA VM folder in the data store, and this process also inflates the compressed image to the full 16 gig disk. I'll edit the VM settings. I'm going to remove the default disk and replace it with the expanded OA disk, save, and launch my new OA. Once the OA has come online and established communication with my Statseeker server, the status will be updated, and I'm ready to deploy services to my OA. The two services are the local traffic manager, and this looks after the flow and LAN data forwarding, and the ping service. The LTM service is included in your Statseeker license, but the ping service is licensed separately to the Statseeker core product, so you will need to contact your local Statseeker sales representative to acquire the appropriate license to enable the functionality. Once deployed, it will take a few minutes to boot and establish communication with your server. The ping service is enabled on the OA, and I can now run a ping discovery from that OA to identify devices that Statseeker can't reach, and I can assign the OA as a poller to any existing device that Statseeker is already aware of, specifying which will be the default poller. These devices will be ping-polled from both the OA and the Statseeker server. The data presented in the default dashboards and reports is typically from the default poller, but some, like the ping RTT comparison dashboard, present data from multiple pollers. When you're creating custom reports or dashboard content, setting the data type to device will use data from the default poller, but selecting ping as the data type allows you to use ping data from any number of specified pollers. When looking at alerting, the standard ping up down events include all ping events from all pollers, but you can use group filters to restrict ping alerts to specific device poller relationships as needed. And there's also separate alert triggers relating to poller availability events, in addition to the standard ping state triggers.